with news from across the Federation, spanning the region and covering the globe. This is the KyssFM SKN News Now Morning Edition, your one-true source for news. And now your presenter.
Good morning. Today is Wednesday, 7th March 2018. I am your presenter, Javon Library, and these are your top stories. Nationally, protesters demand truth from unity government regarding the sale of lands at La Valley. Internationally, South Korea says it has no plans to ease sanctions on North Korea. And in sport, a black South African triathlete is in hospital after being attacked with a saw. We'll also have a look at today's updated weather forecast and Carib update. Now for a look at the news in detail. A number of concerned citizens of the St. Kitts and Nevis took to the streets on Tuesday in protest against the unity government, demanding the truth regarding lands at La Valley Greens, Sandy Point. Armed with signs expressing their concerns, the picketers gathered on Church Street, Bastille, demonstrating in front of government headquarters, which houses the office of the Prime Minister and several other ministers of government. The upset was created over the government's recent sale over 400 acres of land at La Valley Greens. It is also now being recalled that prior to the 2015 general elections, Dr. Timothy Harris and his colleagues alleged that the La Valley lands were all blindly sold off by the Labour-led government. The sitting government is now being accused of spreading this political mistruth in order to win office. SKN News Now spoke to one of the protesters.
Well, I'm here today because of a lot of lies by this government. I mean, Plucker said it all. Sean Richards had people signing a petition concerning the land down at the valley. Now we find out the same land where Mr. Douglas was giving away the patrimony has now been sold, or some hotel or something going to be going there. I thought they would take the same land and hand it to the people of Sandy Point, as he tell the people before the election that Douglas is giving away the patrimony. So it means then you're supposed to take the land now you're getting forward and just distribute it to the people of Sandy Point. I mean, the lies, when it's going to finish, when it's going to end? I mean, how can we trust these guys? Look at Lindsey Grant at the Marriott. Cannot be trusted. Yeah. The most corrupt government I ever seen. What I would like to say to them, to this government and the dictator, Timothy Harris, come clean to the people of St. Kitts. We deserve better. We deserve better. And you have lied to the people of this country all along the line. You never care about the country. All they care about is yourself and getting in power to enrich you and your family.
St. Kitts and Nevis joins the rest of the world in celebrating International Women's Day tomorrow, Thursday, 8th March 2018. This year, the occasion is being marked under the theme Press for Progress. The Press for Progress campaign, as outlined on the internationalwomansday.com website, is very interactive this year and encourages persons to make a personal commitment to take measures to advance the cause of gender parity. This in light of recent discouraging findings in the World Economic Forum's 2017 Global Gender Gap Report, which indicated that gender parity is over 200 years away. With this factored in, the position has been taken that a proactive approach must be taken to advance the growing global movement of advocacy, activism, and support for gender parity. Social media in all available platforms is also being utilized to have persons who take the Press for Progress pledge to share their passion with each other. Persons are encouraged to take photos and post using the Press for Progress hashtag, download and share social media cards, and participate in or organize events in their own countries which promote the cause of gender parity. Later today, officials from the Department of Gender Affairs are expected to announce the activities planned for St. Kitts and Nevis and also address many of the challenges facing women in the Federation. Internationally, South Korea president says it is too early to be optimistic about progress in relations with the North. Moon Jae-in says he has no plans to ease sanctions against Pyongyang ahead of historic summit with leader Kim Jong-un next month. U.S. President Donald Trump says he believes North Korea's stance is genuine. Rob McBride reports from Seoul.
There's widespread optimism in South Korea at what many believe is a landmark agreement. But conservative opposition parties still suspect North Korea of playing a game of deception to buy time for its nuclear and missile development. There's been similar caution from Japan, which has accused North Korea of reneging on previous agreements.
Past discussions with North Korea have not resulted in denuclearization, so our response should be based on lessons learned from that. Talks for the sake of talks are meaningless.
China, one of North Korea's few allies and a possible partner in brokering future negotiations, has been more welcoming. And a cautious welcome from US President Donald Trump.
Hopefully we'll go in the very, very peaceful, beautiful path. We're prepared to go whichever path is necessary. I think we're having very good dialogue.
South Korea's envoys now travel to the US to sell the merits of the deal. The question for officials there is whether there is sufficient substance to get them involved.
This is a huge opportunity lost if we can't get some talks going with North Korea to prolong this reduction in tension. Because what's the alternative to talks? It's what Winston Churchill said, if you don't jaw, you're going to be in war.
South Korea's desire to avoid conflict at all costs may have started this push for dialogue. It is now for others, it seems, to take it up, for it to work.
If Americans decide that it's a time to start talking to the North Koreans, and it's likely they are making this decision right now, they will do it again without any influence of North-South communication.
All sides know previous talks on the North Korean crisis have been plagued by mistrust and failure. Supporters of the initiative say the difference this time is a sincerity to reach a deal. But unlike previous attempts, the North is so close to achieving its nuclear ambitions, and the United States is so determined to stop it one way or another, the price of failure could be far higher.
In sport, South African triathlete Malenge Gwala has reportedly been attacked while training by 3 men attempting to cut off his legs with a saw. Gwala's training partner, Sandil Shang, said the 26-year-old is in stable condition in the hospital and his injuries are not life-threatening. The attack reportedly happened in the early hours of Tuesday in Durban while Gwala was on training ride. The men cut into both of Gwala's legs before he was able to escape. A police spokesperson said the case is being considered attempted murder and is being investigated. He thought they were coming to rob him, stopped and gave them his phone, but they didn't want his phone. They didn't want his watch or bicycle, Shang said. They dragged him to the side of the road to some bushes, took a saw and started cutting his legs. South African Olympic triathlon bronze medalist Henry Skorman called the incident disgusting on Twitter. Gwala was due to compete in the South African National Championships this month. When he spoke to doctors, they said they will be able to save his legs and he will be able to walk and run again, but it is a long walk to recovery, Shang said. In weather, seas are gradually subsiding across the area. However, a high surf warning remains in effect. Meanwhile, despite available moisture, a surface to low-level high-pressure system will keep shower activity to a minimum. Today will be partly sunny with a 10% or a slight chance of showers. Tonight will be mostly clear. Seas are slight to moderate with mainly long period swells of 2.1 to 3 meters or 7 to 10 feet, occasionally reaching 4.0 meters or 13 feet. A high surf warning remains in effect as conditions remain especially life-threatening near shore, especially on north and east-facing beaches. Winds are east-northeast at 9 to 17 miles per hour. Sea level pressure is 17.9 millibars. Sunrise tomorrow will be at 6:24 a.m. The sun will set today at 6:19 p.m. That items brings us to the end of the KyssFM SKN News Now Morning Edition. Now for a recap of this morning's top stories. Nationally, protesters demand truth from unity government regarding the sale of lands at La Valley. Internationally, South Korea says it has no plans to ease sanctions on North Korea. And in sport, a black South African triathlete is in hospital after being attacked with a saw. Thanks for tuning in for another SKN News Now presentation. I've been your presenter, Javan Library. Stay tuned. Carib Update comes up next.